Why is he still in our lives?
He's not in your lives, he's in my life.
You're supposed to do what's best for your kids as a mom.
Which I do.
Which you don't.
You're shocked that your mother has brought him back into your life.
100%. I never thought I'd see that man again.
And do you have remembrance of him?
I remember him being vulgar and loud and shouting at me whenever I was 5, and it was just awful.
He was a drunk.
Yes.
And he doesn't deny that part. Now, your mother had a problem with drugs and alcohol, correct?
Drugs.
Drugs.
Yes.
Okay, but you say she's been clean and sober for a long time, right?
Correct.
Until he came back into her life?
I'm not 100% sure if she's using again. I know that she has had a drinking problem in the past couple months since she's been with him.
You say in April that she told you that she was in love with Ron again.
Yes.
What'd you say?
I put my head down. She said it right before I was about to give a speech at my banquet for a program for first-generation college students. I was about to give a speech and I was flabbergasted. I didn't know what to say.
Well, when she started seeing him again, did you say, wait a minute, you're talking about the man that spent 6 years in prison
Right.
for brutally abusing your daughter, my little sister. What did she say about that?
She insisted that if he did do it, then it was not intentional and I should quit holding a grudge against him.
If he did it, what do you mean if he did it? Didn't she testify at the time that he did it?
I'm unsure. I know that she paid for his lawyer.
At the time?
Yes, she sold a car and paid for his lawyer.
Wow. So does your little sister know what he did to her? Because she was an infant at the time.
Yes.
Who told her?
Well, my mother did tell her why they were separated. There was abuse and he had gone to jail for it, but I was the one that told her, yeah, Victoria, you had broken bones. Like, you were so small and he hurt you worse than what you're probably thinking.
Okay. So your mother told her why they had split up.
Yes.
You told her more about it.
She came to me and asked, yes.
She came to you and asked. And how old is she now?
She's 12.
Okay. And she gets the gravity of what happened when she was younger.
Yes.
Okay. Now, she doesn't bring him around your little sister, does she?
Oh, Ron?
Yeah.
Of course. That's how they started seeing each other again, because she was introduced to her father, and that's how my mom and him started to reconnect. But it was all supervised visits, and I even thought at the time it was a good idea because Victoria needed grounding. She needed to understand this is my other side of my family, because she had a void there in her heart.
Your little sister can be home and she might just come in with him?
No, he's not welcome at the house.
So you've made that clear. Who put that boundary up?
My grandmother.
This is your grandmother right here?
Yeah.
Okay. And Marion, you've put the boundary up, correct?
Yes.
And what did you say about it?
I told Carla he can never come here. I haven't seen him in 12 years. I don't want to see him.
Okay. When you put the boundary up, said, no, he's not welcome here, why? What was in your head at the time?
As far as I was concerned, it's this man that hurt my grandbaby. I don't even understand what's going on. I don't know why she's seeing him. It's just baffling.
Did you ask her about that? Did you say what you just said to me? This is a
Yes.
man that hurt my grandbaby, your daughter. How could you be with him?
She said, I'm in love with him.
This is a man that has been convicted of brutally injuring an infant, a tiny baby. He spent 6 years in prison, and your mother even testified. I have the court record where she says, yeah, I think he did it. And she now is okay to not only be with him, but bring him around this child again. Next, Alyssa says she told her mother, it's me or the man who abused my little sister. Carla says Ron is not going anywhere and Alyssa just needs to be understanding. Well, Carla's here. We're going to talk to her next.
She's not a parent in our lives. She would go out 4 to 5 nights a week. I ended up writing X's on the calendar whenever she would go out. She's turned into a teenager. She gets to go out partying, but I have to work night shift. She's ignoring her children. She's not a loving and devoted mother. She doesn't cook or clean. She does nothing. I don't know why she would sacrifice us for him again.
Well, Alyssa's mother, Carla, says if Ron did harm their baby girl, Victoria, over a decade ago, it was an accident. And Alyssa just needs to move on from the past. Take a look.
My daughter, Alyssa, is poisoning my relationship with Ron. Alyssa disapproves of Ron. Alyssa has accused me of going out partying and drinking. She calls me, "You better get home right now." It upsets me that she's trying to control me when I'm her mother. You're mean to me.
Why? Why am
I
I
don't
mean?
like it. You want to control me, and I'm not doing what you want. Alyssa tells me that she's most upset that I'm with Ron because of the assault with Victoria. She has given me an ultimatum. It's me or him. Victoria was born premature. One time, we were giving her a bath, and I said, "Look at her upper thigh." I said, "Doesn't it look a little red and swollen?" They did x-rays. They discovered that it was a broken femur. They found 8 total broken bones. So I automatically thought Ron had to have done it. He bounced her on his leg too hard. He clapped her hands too hard. The police came up and interviewed Ron and myself. They were telling him, "I know you did this. You're an alcoholic, you have DUIs." They asked me, "Who do you think did this?" And I said, "Ron." It was an accident.
Anything hard enough to break her bones
Yeah.
is abuse.
When Ron and I got back together last year, I told Alyssa that she was okay at first, but then I was a bad mother. I leave 3 nights a week to see Ron. She'll text me to get home now.
Victoria says to me, she's like, "Why can't mom just stay home and watch a movie with us?"
I do.
You don't.
Do you think about marrying him?
Someday, I would like to.
I'm gonna throw up. If I were to go to that wedding, I'd just say I object.
It'd be nice if Alyssa could forgive Ron. I understand if she can't forget. I want her to be able to get past the past.
So this is wild. I don't even know what to say about this, but I am disgusted with this woman, and she hasn't even come out on stage yet. The audacity of her to even say what she just said in this video segment, and to be irritated with her daughter wanting her to be home. She really is behaving like a child, it seems. Leaving the house 3 nights a week to see the man who beat her infant daughter. I am so confused. I guess she's gonna explain her side of it next, so let's see what type of bull excuses are gonna come out of her mouth.
Okay, thank you for being here. Your daughter was abused at a very young age, correct?
Something happened, yes.
Something happened. What do you mean something happened?
Whether it was abuse or an accident, yes, she was hurt. I know they found him guilty for it. He said he didn't do it.
What kind of accidents do 4, 5, 6, 7-week-old babies have?
No, I'm not saying that she had an accident. I was saying if it was an accident, that someone hurt her by accident.
And help me understand that. How does
Like I had said at the trial, how I've seen him be too rough with her. She was only a 4-pound baby.
You don't believe he did anything to her?
No, I did not actually say that.
An accident?
Yeah, like not purposely done. He was patty caking her or whatever and bouncing her on his leg. But if he did do anything, he didn't mean to hurt her.
Well, let's look at what happened to the baby. I want to take a look at the injuries here. Before 9 weeks old, they found a healed rib fracture at the base of the left lung. Then, at 9 weeks old, they found 2 areas of hemorrhage with blood on the brain. Okay? They found lacerations inside the mouth. That's upper gums, lower gums, under the tongue, and blood coming from the mouth. Then they found bruises on the right temple, the right elbow, the lower abdomen, and the left cheek. Now, you've got 2 areas of hemorrhage with blood on the brain, so this sounds very much like shaken baby. like someone is shaking this baby here.
Or that couldn't happen by bouncing hard on the knee too hard?
No. You've got lacerations inside the mouth.
Yes.
That doesn't happen from playing patty cake. It doesn't happen from bouncing on a knee. This suggests that the baby has been shaken or tossed. That happens by somebody being very impatient and shoving a bottle inside a baby's mouth to the point that it cuts their gums and their lips, to the point that they bleed. Right?
It would have to.
At 10 weeks old, there's a right femur that's broken. Now there's a broken leg.
I know, I took her to the hospital.
Okay. At 12 weeks old, the right thigh is red and swollen. Cause, there's an old fracture that's healing, and there are calcium deposits that are starting to show up. This child was battered across time. They ask you about this at trial, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here's what you said at trial. You said, well, he got mad when Victoria cried. You said he's alcoholic. We fought a lot. Not physical, but yelling. You said he struck things when he was mad, like the wall and the door. He punched the guitar. He treated Victoria roughly. Once bounced her on his knee too hard. He grabbed Victoria's head. The ring left a bruise on her forehead. He yelled to the point that you didn't leave him with Victoria, right?
I wasn't really alone with her. Yeah.
They asked you if you thought he did it. You said, yes, Ron's guilty. And that he told you that he saw a ghost that told him to hurt the baby?
Yes.
So that was his explanation for hurting the baby, as the ghost told him to.
No. He didn't hurt the baby. He told me one night he's seen a ghost and it was telling him to hurt the baby or something, from what I recall.
And then the baby winds up hurt.
Yeah.
Do you want to know the truth?
Yeah, I would love to know the truth, but it's been so long. I just don't think we'll ever know exactly what happened.
Does it sound like an accident when you look in detail at what happened?
Not the way you describe it.
We're going to take a break. Ron claims Alyssa is waging a war against him because she wants to break up his relationship with Carla. He insists he is innocent. And he says Alyssa needs to stop turning his daughter Victoria against him.
What I love about Ron the most is he makes me laugh. We have so much fun together. Ron and I are like best friends. Ron still gives me butterflies. I love Ron, so it's easy for me to get over and forgive for what happened, especially because I know that he didn't do anything purposely to hurt her. I can't help that I love him. I do want to be with Ron forever.
Now, Ron claims he never hurt Victoria and says Alyssa needs to stop spreading lies. He's maintained his innocence from day one. Take a look.
Alyssa, she's sneaky, she's controlling, and she's nasty and mean.
I cannot stand Ron. I won't subject myself to being around him ever again.
Alyssa definitely doesn't want me dating her mom. Carla is the love of my life, and I've never loved anybody like Carla before. Alyssa is definitely trying to destroy mine and my daughter, Victoria's relationship. Alyssa has told Victoria that I broke her arm, I broke a rib. I never did anything to Victoria.
I said, no, Victoria, you broke your legs, you broke your arms, your ribs were broken, you had hemorrhaging in your brain.
I'm not sure exactly what happened to her. We took her to the doctors like all the time, and then they ended up pinning this on me. I was offered 2 to 4 years for a plea agreement, and I told him I'm not taking a plea agreement for something I didn't do. They found me guilty within 5 minutes.
I know that he wouldn't have done it on purpose.
I was in contact with Carla until like a year ago. Carla and Victoria started coming over to the house, and we would have pizza like on Fridays. Alyssa is jealous of her mom being with me.
I have no reason to be jealous of Ron.
We've been talking about getting married. Then what? Well, Alyssa, she's never gonna really let me in 100%.
Well, joining us now via Polycom is Ron, and you've been listening to everything so far.
Yes, I have, unfortunately. I've said I was innocent
from day one.
There's an affidavit of probable cause that was part of these proceedings. It says, Ron, he stated that he may have done this to Victoria. He was given a chance to take a polygraph examination to prove this story. Ron stated that he did not need to take a polygraph because he was willing to say that he injured Victoria. Ron was informed of the consequences of making such a statement. He stated that he was the one that injured Victoria. When asked if he could promise this would not happen again, he stated that it would not.
I've never even said any of that. The DA and the detective, they came to the hospital, and then they were like saying they knew that I did this. And I told them, you know, I didn't do it. And they said, well, you have DUIs and we know you're a drug addict. And I said, no. And they just kept yelling at me. And I said to them, whatever you say. They kept saying that I did it. They were yelling at me. So finally I said, whatever you say.
Why would you do that if you didn't do it?
Because I was tired of arguing with them.
Were you drinking a lot at the time?
Here and there, yeah, I guess.
Were you an alcoholic at the time?
Yes.
How do you know you didn't get drunk and do something?
Because I'm not like that. And as far as drinking, there's days where I would drink maybe 3, maybe 6, maybe on a weekend or something, 9. You know, if you drink 1, 2 beers a week, you're considered an alcoholic.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, one of the things I look at from a forensic standpoint of piecing these things together when I've been in that situation is when you were arrested, when you went away, the injuries stopped. There were no more injuries to this child.
Well, I don't know anything about that. I know it don't look good for me. I understand that. But, you know, maybe somebody else was hurting her, and then when I had to take the fall for it and they put me away, maybe they stopped.
That's certainly possible. Carla's mom, Marion, says she believes Ron is 100% guilty of abusing her granddaughter. She says he is not allowed in her home, and no one in the family wants to be around him.
I think the relationship is totally toxic for the grandchildren. Carla does prefer to spend time with Ron instead of her own children.
Every night that you leave and go there, she says to you, "What? Mom, do you have to go there? You can sit here and watch TV with me." She's 12.
Carla 100% knows that I do not like the relationship. Ron's not making Carla date him. Carla chose to. Victoria's very upset because she doesn't want her mom and Ron dating.
Victoria comes in my room at night, Carla.
I try to talk
She
to
comes
her.
in
What
crying.
did she tell you?
She yells at her mother and doesn't want her mother to go.
It seems like you're literally not putting yourself in your kid's shoes. You're only thinking about what Carla wants.
Carla and Ron's relationship has damaged Alyssa. I've not seen Ron since Victoria went to the hospital.
It just destroyed our family.
I am afraid that Carla's not going to have a relationship with either one of her girls.
Well, I'll always be there for my kids, no matter what.
If Carla would say, no, I'm not going to date Ron, problem fixed.
Is she being unreasonable to be concerned about this?
I think so.
Well, Alyssa says a family trip to the lake ended with Ron getting drunk and yelling at Victoria recently. Let's take a look.
We took Victoria to the lake over the summer to have a good day. It turned out to be an awful day.
Ron had 2 large alcoholic beverages hidden in the trunk.
He got really mad and using at her and everything, and I've done everything to please you.
He got upset and was trying to tell Victoria, I didn't do this to you, but he used the word when he was talking to her, and she got upset and come running to me, crying.
He started screaming at Victoria that he didn't touch her, Alyssa's a liar, nothing happened, I didn't touch you, I didn't abuse you.
Trying to show her he didn't do what he supposedly was found guilty for, and he just did it. He just lost his temper.
It was my fault. I actually got a buzz, and I guess I said word a couple times, which was wrong of me. And I admit it, and I haven't drunk around her since, and I won't.
Oh, Victoria didn't want to see Ron after that happened.
This did not help me. I admit it.
It made everything worse. With Alyssa, with Victoria, with Ron, with me, my mother. It was not great.
This is crazy. This man went to prison for 6 years because he clearly did assault this child, and then now, just recently, verbally attacking and abusing her. So clearly he hasn't grown or learned or improved as a human being at all. And even if he had made a change, he still should not be around this child. He should not even have any visitation with the child that he beat when she was an infant. The fact that this woman is sitting here making excuses for him is disgusting.
Marianne, what'd you make of that?
When Victoria came to me about what happened at the lake, any doubt that I may have had that Ron did this to her when she was a baby, just lost every doubt. If he could do that to her at the lake, she's 12 years old. He's trying to prove to her he could be a good dad. And he just did what he says he wouldn't do. He lost his temper and he hurt her.
What was your reaction?
He didn't change.
What was your reaction?
I was upset about it. I haven't really taken her around him much since.
Now you're not bringing her around him, so why is he still in our lives?
He's not in your lives, he's in my life.
You're supposed to do what's best for your kids as a mom.
Which I do.
Which you don't.
We're going to take a break. Alyssa says that if her mother tries to marry Ron, she will stand up and say, yes, I do object. So the question is, will Carla choose Ron over her children? I mean, is it coming down to that kind of a question? We'll be right back. What do you expect your mother to do? What do you think she should do here?
I want Victoria to have supervised visits. I want her father in her life because I know how hard it was to grow up without one. And I want them to quit being in a romantic relationship. If, like my grandmother said, if they want to be together, they will wait until the children are grown. It's not a jealousy problem because we just looked at all of the facts of it. He's not a good guy for her. If she was getting engaged to someone that had like a good job and he was great around kids and, you know, he took us out to the movies and we all had a fun time, no record, I wouldn't have any problem. I'd go with her. I'd have fun with him. We'd have family nights. This is not a family.
Does it matter to you whether he's guilty or not? If in fact,
Yes.
he in a drunken rage injured your baby,
Yes, that would matter to me.
do you accept that those injuries are consistent with assault of some sort?
I don't know. I know that's your professional opinion,
Well-
but I also know how much I've researched, too.
Okay.
That people are put away for child abuse with premature babies all the time because they were, sometimes there's problems with them and they were broken ribs or whatever during birth. And then even after that, like if they're handled strongly, it can easily happen.
Do you have any explanation for how this baby got lacerations in its mouth?
I think it was from a bottle or a Benke, yeah.
Alcohol was involved at the time if he was just even being rough with the baby, right?
Yeah, probably.
And he's back in her life now.
Not
and
really now.
And he's drinking again and being rough with her emotionally.
He did once.
That was a bad day, right, Ron?
Well, yeah, I admit. But what you have to understand is as I was talking to her, I was talking loud to her, and I might have said sentences like, Victoria, you have to believe that I didn't do this. Now, I shouldn't have said that, but to her mother and to her daughter, meaning Alyssa and Marion, that doesn't mean that I beat on kids because I didn't change.
Well, I have no idea what Carla is going to do, but I want to give some advice to Alyssa and a definition to Carla when we come back. When it comes to a child, particularly one that has been the subject of abuse, putting someone around her that might have abused her, I mean, the fact that somebody might have abused her is enough of a criteria for me to say that I'm going to just be really careful. If Robin and I have 2 children, and if there was somebody in our life that might have given them a brain hemorrhage, might have broken their leg, might have broken their ribs, might have lacerated their mouth, might have done that. There's a lot of people in this world that I would pick before I would have the person that might have done that around them. And there's some reason for you to consider that, because you have some legal requirements here, because one of the definitions of child abuse has to do with negligence, and that definition is failing to protect a child in his or her care from inflicted physical, mental, or sexual injury caused by the acts of another. Ron, my advice to you is this. You're her father. Look, you are convicted of having abused this child, aggravated assault. Your only choice is to avoid even the appearance of impropriety. I'm not going to do anything wrong. I'm not going to do anything that can even be colored as wrong in this situation. And I'm going to tell you, you are a target, man. You are a target. So you have to avoid anything that can even be spun as being wrong here. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
And I am going to get you some professional help in the form of a family counselor that can really help you unravel this and try to build a bridge with your daughter here, and give Victoria some help so she knows how to position all of this. But you need to bend over backwards to give her every opportunity to heal any problems that she has in her heart. And don't sacrifice your relationship with either one of your daughters over this. I mean, there's a right way and a wrong way to do anything that you choose to do. And I'm going to get you some help to navigate that terrain. I hope you continue to advocate for your sister. I hope you let her know that she can call you at any time and talk to you at any time. And if you get in a bind and you need help, I hope you reach out to me anytime, and we will get you the help and the resources that you need.
So in this story, episode, do you believe her when she says, I don't think he did it, and if he did, it wasn't intentional? Do you believe that she actually believes that it was unintentional? Or do you think she doesn't care either way? I personally think she doesn't care. What do you think about this man, Ron, and his attitude? The way that he speaks about the daughter, Alyssa, is insane, considering he served 6 years in prison for this. The audacity of these people is mind-blowing, and all I care about is the health and safety and well-being of these children. But you guys let me know what you think about this, and if you have any personal experiences like this, drop it in the comments.